the people online, the keyboard people are that's cheating. Those people probably know how to run a fire.
Yeah.
But I'll even take it a step further. Those people probably only know how to run a fire in whatever it is they're cooking on.
Yeah.
You put them on anything else,
trouble.
I would probably guarantee you that 60 to 80% of them don't know how to adjust from there. Most people that run their mouth online, and this is why I love my generation. We ran our mouth to your face because we knew the consequences of getting punched and punching other people. Most people don't know that now. They think they can just run their mouth and have zero consequences. Whereas my generation will f you up. Welcome to another episode of Kosmo Unfiltered, starring my boy Wes, and today we are going to talk about overnight brisket. The only way I cook brisket now.
Correct.
The only way.
Throw in tiny
logs.
Yeah,
on
tiny
the pellet
stick
grill.
burner.
I used to mess with people on the competition scene when I was running a cook shack. First of all, that's a phenomenal
Cook shack.
Phenomenal.
I'm going to Google
smoker.
it. I forgot what they look like.
But when people say, "Oh, that's cheating. You're running pellets," and I'm like, that's a stick burner. It just burns tiny logs.
Just tiny logs. Here they are, Cook Shack Super Smoker. Would you have the SM?
Nope.
What'd you have?
I had the FE 100.
Oh, the FE. Don't you have it again?
Yeah, I still got it.
It's at your house, right?
Yep.
Man, they got FEC 120. I mean, those are big guys. You could do some work in those.
Yeah, I don't need it. The heck, the 100's big enough for me. That thing will do a mess.
Man, there's a
food.
There's a 160. It's big.
Yeah.
How many racks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 racks. You could do all kinds of food in there.
But I got the new old hickory too. That's what's actually on the patio. That thing.
It's beautiful.
Dude. Oh my gosh. Anywho.
What you got is options.
Yeah. Right now, for me, my preferred method of choice is the Traeger overnight, usually depending on the size and the temperature. I put it on as late as 9 o'clock. I put it on as early as 6 o'clock. This is what I did this last time. 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I wanted a stupid bark, and I was actually texting
a stupid bark.
Well, in the when I was shooting the video, like I'm looking at the bark, and then I'm looking at it through my camera, and I was just getting angry because what I see with my eyes is not what's on the camera.
Oh yeah, it makes it so much redder.
It does.
Yeah.
But later on, after I got the footage, I opened it up and I thought, okay, well, what it has to be the LCD screen on the camera is just not high quality because what I saw on my computer was completely different.
Yeah, those cameras don't have the best screen.
No. Yeah. It did make me angry though, but
then I tried the brisket and it all went away.
I'm telling you right now.
Did you chop the whole thing or did you slice it?
I chopped that whole I chopped brisket.
Yeah. You know what I do? I chop brisket.
I don't give a shit.
You go all hibachi on it.
I just don't give a shit.
It goes farther if you do that.
Well, and here's the deal. If I'm at a restaurant, like if I go to a nice barbecue restaurant, it kind of depends on my mood. But if I go to like an authentic, like they're running stick burners overnight,
Yep.
I'm getting lean and fatty brisket.
Yep.
And I still do mix it on my sandwich.
I haven't been in one in a long time. Like that.
I went to, the last one was Pinkerton's. I think it's Pinkerton's in San Antonio. Phenomenal.
No, didn't you go twice? I thought y'all went twice.
No, we just went once.
Jeez.
But anyway,
nice.
It's phenomenal. But I'll get fatty and lean, and I'll make little bulldozers. You know, I love fatty brisket, but if it's too fat, like I'm out. Like, it's got a glob of fat in there.
That's
I'm out.
bad.
Lean brisket. I like it, but it's so dry.
It's tough to pull off.
It's
You need it
just
right
so
when
dry.
they slice it.
So at my house, there's no way my wife and I are going to eat a whole brisket. I chop the whole damn thing, and I
Vacuum
put
seal it.
everything together. But here's the deal: I keep the au jus, separate the fat off of it, dump it in there, and this is like a gold mine trick. If you want your brisket to taste as good after you vacuum seal it as it did on day one, dump the au jus back in there, put it in a pan, like flatten it all out, and put it in the fridge, and let that au jus coagulate, and then freeze or then vacuum seal it. Next level, dude.
Yeah,
because you have all the juices when you reheat them.
Yeah, makes sense. It's big brisket brain over there. But we need to make you a shirt that says "I chop brisket."
I chop brisket. I'm not.
That's it.
You know, people go, "Oh my God, you're a criminal." Well, fuck you. You know, I don't give a fuck what you think.
I am. Maybe I am.
I don't care. I don't care what you think. Now, and here's the deal. The briskets that we're typically getting here for these kind of cooks are
not a
choice brisket,
gold wagyu. Nothing.
It's just it's a dumper, you know. So I chopped the whole damn thing.
It's a dumper,
and you know, and then I love when people go, "Well, you didn't slice any of it?" Yeah, I did, and then I chopped it all.
Yeah, you get a couple slices while it's hot, while it's good. Eat a slice, and then chop it.
And in the video, you'll see I was pulling the slices.
Man, I've put so many slices in the fridge before, and you reheat one, it's like,
it ain't the same.
No, but you chop it, though, you can eat that with eggs. You can eat it on a sandwich.
Yeah.
You can eat it with a salad. Like, man.
Now, I am not one of those people that
I'm doing one.
Sauce it.
No.
When it, like, you know, they chop everything and then dump the sauce and mix it in. I'm not that guy.
No. Been there, done that. Don't want to do that. Man, you got me thinking, though. I'm cooking Friday. I need to do a brisket. I need to make it happen. See, but I don't think I can.
Why?
I got shit to do, man.
You're sleeping.
No, I got stuff to do during the day.
You put it on at 7 o'clock at night. What are you doing?
Well, then I got to be around and make sure it gets done, though, in the morning.
What do you mean?
If I put it on at 7, I got to be up watching that thing because I'm going to wrap it when I wake up.
Oh, you got stuff to do the next day?
Yeah.
You just have to be open till 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I wrap it usually at 5:30.
Then just keep it all day, reheat it.
No. What time are you serving dinner?
They'd come over dinner, yeah.
Oh. Well, you can, do it 3 days before.
It's true.
Chop it all and then just reheat it. I mean, that's not the same. You got to vacuum seal it to seal in that freshness.
I know. It's a lot of work. It's a lot.
Jesus Christ. You kids nowadays. Feed them burgers. Fuck them.
I feel like it's been long enough. We need to, like, immerse you in that world again. Like, you need to come over one night at dinner time.
No.
Because I think you've forgotten.
No, I really think I'm, I understand if you allow your time to be allocated by others, you will never have time for nothing you want to do.
I'm going to let you tell my 5-year-old that.
You bring that little shit up here.
He's going to throw a Fig Newton at your face.
That's okay.
And he's going to humble your ass.
I'll paint his back porch red and send him on the way.
I bet you will. Yeah.
Uncle Cosmo got me, Dad.
Oh, man. Yeah, you get Fig Newton at you in the face. Yeah, you're
feeding them kids Fig Newtons?
No, it's like it looks like one. It's like a little bar thing,
I love Fig Newtons.
Man, you hand him to my baby. He used to eat them, but anymore he just chucks that.
Get this shit out of here, Dad.
Dude. Or he just feeds it to the dog right away.
I need the Oreos.
Dude, yeah. He didn't eat crappy food. Anyway.
I will say this. The video I just shot, if that video was designed for somebody that can't and or hasn't never cooked brisket.
Yeah.
I literally could give that video to a child. I mean, if you know how to run a knife, that's really the hardest thing.
Trimming it is
the hardest thing. But here's the deal. Even if you don't know how to run a knife, even if you hack just the shit out of it, you're chopping the thing.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
What kind of brisket did you start with? Did you have a prime, a choice?
That was just a store-bought brisket.
Just a prime, though?
No. Where do you get prime at? Where do
Costco.
you find? They got prime briskets over there?
At Costco? They have a cooler
I
full
don't
of
go to
prime
Costco.
briskets.
It's an hour from my house.
You got to move, man.
I don't want to move any closer to traffic.
I think they added we got another Costco on the south side now somewhere. We got 2.
Is there more?
Yeah, somewhere down there. That's probably closer for you.
Oh, that's way closer.
Yeah. You
but
should
I
try
still
that
don't drive over there either.
Well, I mean, go load up, freeze a few.
But that's closer than, Is there really one? Let's look. Shit.
Hold on. There's 2, I know for sure.
No, I believe you, but I'm just sitting there going, am I?
Costco.
There's one on Western, so that's
the big one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did we really just have one? I thought we had 2. Well, if you need a brisket, I'll get you one. Hell, it takes an hour to get to the parking lot anyway. You don't go there because it's convenient.
They deliver?
Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, all they got's Prime up there. Remember we did the Costco video?
That's Edmond people, though. That, can you imagine?
There are folks from all walks of
But
life
then
at that
again,
Costco.
there's a Sam's Club a mile away.
Yep, right by it. You drive past the Sam's to get there.
Yeah.
That's a small Sam's Club, though.
I feel like...
It's kind of like that one down here.
I feel like they compete with each other. So if one's got Prime, they're both going to have
If they
Prime.
are, Sam's needs to try harder.
I haven't been in there in years. I don't go up there.
Somebody was talking about Costco. They run a good company.
Do they?
Like they pay their people really well. They have benefits to take care of themselves and their kids, and the managers make a ton of money.
Do they?
Oh yeah. Like when they get somebody good, they
got but that's a lot of responsibility.
Dude, that store is a machine. It's crazy.
I've been in that store maybe 3 times. I do have a card there. We was up there probably a month ago was the last time.
They get you, man. You go there for groceries. Last time I left with a freaking kite. It's 6 feet long. It's a dragon. I'm walking out with a
little
kite.
Kids, man.
He loves it. He thinks it's great. But I was like,
Yeah.
God, they got me.
Hey,
I bought
man,
the stupid kite.
Hey, but they're not sitting on screens
No,
in
he
the
had
house.
fun. He had fun. Yeah.
And I feel like that's what today's youth is missing.
Yeah.
We put electronics in front of our kids to babysit them.
Yeah.
And now look at what it's got us.
Now the electronics are cooking briskets while we sleep.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true.
And I love it.
So cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
My biggest fear is, though, and I used to have these in my comp trailer when I was running pellet cookers for comp before I moved to the El Rey or the JP.
Yeah, on the porch.
You plug them in, and if you lose power, it sets off an alarm.
Oh.
So you can plug that. You can buy them to plug in, like you plug your pellet cooker into the wall.
So it doesn't die.
And then if the pellet cooker loses power, it will set off an alarm.
So you don't lose all the meat.
Well, yeah, true.
But you don't want it to start fire or nothing?
Well, that's not going to, that's the other thing. That's losing powers on one side, starting fires on the other side. I do worry about that too, so sometimes I'll wheel it out to where there's nothing above it.
No, I do that too.
So if it goes down, sayonara.
Yeah, I'll wake up to the rubble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sayonara.
I was at a comp though one time, and somebody, I've had two bad things happen to me that people have done on purpose. One, they came in my area and pushed my WSM over.
Really?
Weber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd they do that?
Assholes.
Push the smoke over.
That back in the comp days, like people would do shit like that to you.
Dang, man.
I mean, it was just like if you started winning on brisket, people would do everything they could to sabotage you.
Jeez.
There's some people, not all people. There's some people.
Nicer
I've seen brisket stolen. I haven't seen it, but people have woken up and somebody stole my brisket.
Dang.
I mean, you got to be a special kind of piece of shit to steal
I'm gonna
somebody's
say,
brisket.
man, that's a crime against humanity.
But
Jeez.
overnight brisket for me, that video is. Listen,
Get after it.
yeah, and I think I need to. One of the videos I want to shoot is really in front of a whiteboard. No, honestly, because I think I can explain it better to people
Like
why
the crazy hot matrix.
why they fail at certain things.
Yeah.
I literally showed somebody the other day, and they're like, "Oh my God, that makes so much more sense."
Did you show them on a whiteboard?
I showed them on a whiteboard. Yeah,
That'll do it. Let's do it.
people get to the valley of death, and that's why I call it.
What is the valley of death then?
It's actually the way I heard it was called the valley of despair, but I call it the valley of death.
It's the stall. People start experimenting.
It's more about you than it is about the meat, right? Because how can one person cook something and one person can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only
Differentiating
factor is one has more knowledge on how to adjust and proceed forward than the other.
I just think brisket's like, it's like an equation. You're like adding little ones and zeros the whole way, and you got to know what to do.
But here's the deal:
in those little moments to get it right.
With pellet cookers, it takes out 90% of that equation.
It does. You're not spinning stuff. You can still if you want. You're not,
Because no self-respecting man wants to cook a brisket in the oven.
No. Unless it's cold outside.
I have finished briskets in the oven.
If it's cold, I'm bringing that thing inside.
After they're wrapped and I've ran out of wood or something, I've done that.
That's right.
And that's still, I'm not telling people that.
I don't want to put it on YouTube.
It's a great thing. No one watches these. It's a great thing. No one's going to know that. No one's going to heard that I've actually finished
I chop brisket from the oven on the back. That's the shirt.
But that is the differentiating factor is one. So when you run up to a problem,
what do you do?
How do you proceed to carry on forward?
Yeah.
Most people stop. Most people stop
They stop.
They stop in everything they do life.
Oh.
Everything they do.
Yeah, fair.
And what do? They go back and start over again. Typically, they don't start over on the same thing. They move on to something else, get to something hard, and it's this cycle that they continue on. I mean, how many times have you heard somebody, I can't cook brisket? The second I hear that, I go, they it at one point, and they got spanked hard enough that it sent them back to the porch, and they ain't coming off the porch. And I promise you, if you have a pellet cooker,
you can do it.
Oven, or if you can control fire management.
Talk to the cameraman. Just look down the lens. You're like,
I'm telling you.
And that's why in 2024, I'm announcing my candidate.
If you can do that, if you can control a fire, either it'll do it
for you
through electronics, or you know how to manage a fire, which I feel if you know how to manage a fire, you've summited the hardest peak yet. And just so you know, just because you can manage a fire on whatever it is you're cooking,
that's different.
Doesn't mean you can manage a fire on everything.
Yeah, you got to walk up and shake the smoker's hand.
Know that there's different levels, right? Yeah. Anybody can run a fire in a Jambo.
That's what they're made to do.
Anybody.
Yeah. A crappy tin can in your buddy's backyard.
But not anybody can run a fire in a gateway drum.
Yes. That's a rocket stove.
Not anybody can run a fire in a Horizon smoker.
Yep.
Not anybody can run a fire in a, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Even in a Jambo, if you don't know fire management, you can screw that up.
You can.
And it's all about eliminating peaks and valleys.
That's the hard part with, they get people with those smokers that sit outside of Lowe's and Home Depot. I'm not throwing shade at nobody. There a lot of them. Yeah. Nobody we know who makes them necessarily.
No one at Lowe's or Home Depot or any of the box stores. No one.
Yep.
No one at that store knows how to run any one of those smokers unless they are in the circle already.
Yeah. I ran into my buddy one day. He was walking in to buy a smoker with his family. I was there with my kids. And he was like, I'm here to buy a smoker. I was like, well, what do you want to know? And I was like, I should get a cut of that.
Yeah.
Because I sold him on he bought the Masterbuilt.
I'm going to be far more help to you here than anybody else is.
He's like, who should I? I was like, oh, come, I'll walk with you. What do you want to know? We
100%.
He's
100%.
Anyway.
And the cooking technology has come so far in the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty bizarre. Yeah, that Traeger you got now with the convection on one or the induction.
Dude, that thing.
With it's killer. It's cool.
Dude, that thing is
It puts out way more smoke than mine.
way more smoke.
I don't know what they did, but they got it right.
They got it right. The thing that I love about that is if I wrap in butcher paper, most people don't know this. When you wrap in foil, you lose
Bark.
You lose that that smoke ring.
Yeah.
It's not that you lose it.
Always wrapping paper.
It just changes colors,
So
it doesn't come across on camera.
Yeah.
As that nice pink smoke ring, unless you did it in a stick burner and you loosely wrap it, but you can kill the color on there. But if you wrap in butcher paper, I feel like you keep that.
Yeah.
If that makes a shit to you.
Oh, it does.
Once again, doesn't make a shit to old Kosmo because I chop
briskets.
that whole bitch.
I chop briskets.
I don't give a shit.
I'm Kosmo and I chop briskets.
But people, I feel like I have earned I've done enough to earn people's respect that if they're coming to my place to eat and I'm putting barbecue out there, they're not questioning me.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
the meat guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of am.
that.
But they also know that I'm not staying up all night. Back in the old comp days, we would put the brisket on at 10 and watch that bitch all night.
That's a lot, dude.
And that's where hot and fast came from.
Yep. Because I got to sleep.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day. Somebody said, why does Aaron Franklin trim briskets like the way he does? I'm like, because that's what we did in competition.
Yeah, and he cooks his slow. Still.
Well, you got to.
He's not cooking, but somebody is.
To do what he's doing, you have to cook it slow.
Yep.
You can still cook it hot and fast and still get the same results. And and flavor profiles are different. But when you're cooking 200 of them,
it's another thing.
You're like cooking 200 briskets hot and fast. No, sir.
No. You lose
You'll
half
kill
of them.
people.
Yeah.
You'll kill people running around.
It's dangerous.
It is very dangerous. But if you want to cook 200 of them or, 100 of them or 50 of them and you have 1,000-gallon or a couple 1,000-gallon pits.
Go for it.
Figure out and listen, this is what I'm talking about. These people know how to fire management.
Yep. Because that's a fire.
That's multiple fires you're controlling.
Yep. That's a big deal.
And when you understand that,
it's like running a ship.
You are another level. Like you have graduated to another class that people that don't understand how to do that. And I think that's why, the people online, the keyboard people are that's cheating. Those people probably know how to run a fire.
Yeah.
But I'll even take it a step further. Those people probably only know how to run a fire in whatever it is they're cooking on.
Yeah.
You put them on anything else,
trouble.
I would probably guarantee you that 60 to 80% of them don't know how to adjust from there.
Once you get it all rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I pluck them out of their little world and put them on my anything I have, that doesn't run on pellets or has zero electricity, they couldn't run it.
Yeah. That's a whole other thing.
Most people that run their mouth online, and this is why I love my generation. We ran our mouth to your face because we knew the consequences of getting punched and punching other people. Most people don't know that now. They think they can just run their mouth and have zero consequences. Whereas my generation was even if you could beat our ass, I was getting a couple licks in.
Yeah.
Like there was no zero consequences for running your mouth, and that's why people do it so well online.
You're never going to see these people.
And usually we had one guy in our neighborhood that ran his mouth, and I was like, most of the time those guys can't fight anyway.
Because they wouldn't run their mouth.
Fight. Yeah,
they
wouldn't fight, or they were just gigantic people that have bullied people their whole life with size. And I'm the first guy to go, yeah, I'll take a shot at you.
You think you're
fighting? Obviously not now.
You think your fighting days are over?
My fighting days are over. But back in the day, man, I'm telling you right now, he's down at Cowboys, and this guy, he was probably...
Man, Cowboys is still open, too.
I know. This guy was probably 6'7", and he snatched my buddy up. And, man, I went up the side of him like a monkey going up a tree. And by the time I got my arms around his throat, he had no fight in him.
So you guys had, man.
Who was it? Was it Mike Tyson that said everybody has a plan until they
until
get punched in the face?
Yeah. He's about to fight again.
In jiu-jitsu, I'm telling you, there's something that is eerily...
Brisket and jiu-jitsu.
It is eerily satisfying and sad at the same time. And that's when you feel... Not when you tap somebody out. I'm not saying that. But when you feel another human give up, like you can feel that energy.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, this is one of the great things about combat sports like this. When you do transfer energy, you do feed off and fear off other people. But when you feel somebody energy leave their body and they quit, when they mentally quit, and like you can feel it throughout their whole body. It's satisfying and sad.
Mm.
And that's what I do to briskets. Motherfucker, I'm winning.
And then I chop them.
Yeah, then I chop them. Yeah. Jeez. And the brisket I had, the stall, most people don't know this, people wrap at 165. No.
Wrap to color.
Wrap to color.
Be patient.
Because the stall can happen before and or after.
A lot of times it happens
wrapping.
After.
Yeah, it does happen after. And a lot of people think, well, it happens at 1.
That's when people mess it up. Though.
Yeah,
they start messing with the heat.
You're following a recipe online. Yeah. You gotta know. My stall was at 174.
Yeah.
And it stayed there. And if you actually, I have some cool temperature probes that I
got a meter probe too.
I don't got that one.
You got the smoke still?
No. These are high end ThermoWorks.
Nice.
That you there's an app on your phone and you watch it out on the graph.
Uh-huh.
You have a graph. Well, you can zoom in and you can watch when it gives up.
A little bit.
There's just a little tick down. And then it takes that little tick down. It goes backwards for maybe a half a degree, a quarter of a degree, whatever, and then it jumps. When you see that tick, that is knowing that it gave up.
It gave up. Energy's been transferred.
I got your ass now. I own your ass.
You're just out there talking to the grill. Jamie's worried about you. He's talking to the smoker again. Land the plane.
You land the plane.
I can't. It's not my show.
All right. Well, hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like this video right here, give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. What are your thoughts? I guess, should I say, what are a lot of people think that pellet cookers are cheating,
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's cheating.
Oh, I don't give a shit what you think of me. Most people that run their mouth about me have no idea. I probably got $150,000 worth of stick burners.
Oh, geez, easy.
That I can also run.
Yep.
All day, overnight, in competition.
Driving down the road.
So they're just running off the pile. Them people I don't even pay attention to. I forgot what I was talking about.
You're about to land the plane.
Yeah. All right. Leave us a comment down below. What do you think about the overnight brisket recipe and how do you do it? And I'll catch you in the next video.